Oh, boy! That sigh tells 1,000 tales.
What's up, G-Show Land? And thank you for joining us on this trailer reaction video to the one I've been waiting for. And no, it is not Kong Skull Island. Oh, Godzilla vs. Kong. It is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. The movie I cannot wait to see in a month and some change. I am joined here with Game Z1, my brother Andrew. We talk Star Wars here too. Oh my god. Okay, so this isn't the initial trailer reaction. No. The trailer now has been, I'm recording this on Friday. The trailer came out on Monday. I watched it one time on Monday, and then I didn't watch it again until probably Wednesday. And then just one more time, and then I didn't watch it again until right now. So I've watched this trailer now 3 times. Let me just put this in perspective. When The Force Awakens was coming out, I watched that trailer like 100 times the first day. I couldn't stop watching the damn trailer. I was like, oh my god, Chewie, we're home. When The Last Jedi came out, I watched that trailer like clockwork. And then I didn't like that movie. So everything was riding on this one. Everything was... Hey, Gams, what's up, brother? How you feeling, by the way?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, I didn't introduce you.
Oh, boy, what a bunch of bait.
I'm stuck in my feelings right now. And, yeah. So, yeah, I just watched the trailer again. And because this is the one, you know? This is the one. We're gonna get it. We're gonna do it. Listen. When it comes to Star Wars, that is my all-time favorite thing. It is. I love Godzilla to death. I do. But I've come to that realization that Star Wars is my #1 favorite thing of all time. The way people love Lord of the Rings, the way a newer generation loves Harry Potter, the way I love Godzilla, Star Wars for me was the thing that really it showed me a world outside of the real world. You know, with Godzilla, you know, if a giant monster came out of the ocean and just started wrecking shop on a city, that's Godzilla. But we don't live in a time where there's spaceships called Star Destroyers and supermoons that are called Death Stars that can blow a planet up. We don't live in that. We don't live in that. And I'm not saying that, you know, giant monsters could come out of the ocean and wreck shop, but you never know. You never know. That we have not found all biological life on Earth just yet. So you never know what's sleeping underwater. So Star Wars was my escape. Always been, and as of now, shall remain the same. But I can't with this Rise of Skywalker trailer. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking trailer. The music is right. It hits all the right notes. There are a ton of things in this trailer. A ton of things in this trailer. But what really has me depressed, is, and I guess this is just a fanboy crying, and you know what? I don't care how much flack I get for that. I don't care. The fact of the matter remains the same. All you people out there right now that bitch about fanboys not getting what they want, let me tell you something. You're probably 15 to 20 years younger than me. You have no idea. So shut your fucking faces. Shut up. Shut up. Woo! I'm telling you like it goddamn is. I'm sick of this shit. I'm calling it right now. You're probably 15 to 20 years younger than me. You're on this brand new empowerment movement shit. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Shut up. Shut up. You didn't have to go through the shit. You weren't there from the beginning. You just watched the shit as it came on TNT with fucking commercials. You don't know. You weren't there as a little kid that got enamored with a fucking galaxy far away. Okay? You weren't there. So when I see things like this, and don't get me wrong, this is not a knock on this current film series. I love it. I don't like The Last Jedi. But I love the characters. I love the story. I love the saga. You understand? This is me being passionate right now. So I'm telling you right now, as a fucking fanboy, for 35 plus years as a fanboy, of this fucking film series, my favorite hero of all time being Luke Skywalker, you goddamn right I got a gripe. And I don't care what anybody says, get over it. You get, matter of fact, why don't you get on, you stupid sons of bitches? You're not even on. Don't tell me to get over it. I've been on. You're not even on. Shut your fucking faces. I'm mad. I'm hot. I'm hot right now, Gam Gams. They got me hot. Because, you know, and I don't like to be like this. I really don't. I really don't. I try to stay away from the negativity. I try to stay away from the people who says that. Again, these are fucking kids telling me how to feel. Shut your fucking face. You know what happened? Mommy and daddy never slapped you in the mouth when you talked out of line. Don't come this way. I'll slap you in the mouth when you talk out of line. I don't care. They dropped the ball on this trailer. They dropped the ball. And the only reason why I say that is because, honestly, I don't care if you saw Luke as a Force ghost. You hear Luke. You hear him. I'm proud of that. I don't care if you saw Luke as a Force ghost or Emperor Palpatine himself. They didn't give me what I wanted. I wanted to see one of the two. Give me Emperor Palpatine or give me Luke. Now, we got a little... You don't even know if that was Palpatine. There was at the end of it.
You see the shadow.
This little shadow. You see a hood
in the corner, in the left-hand corner, and you at the very end of the trailer, and you don't know who it is. It's suggested to be Palpatine.
It could be a robot from the Star Wars Battlefront 2.
It could be Snoke. He could have lived. We don't know.
It better not be Snoke. I'll be pissed off if it's Snoke. That'd be terrible. That would be terrible. I'm hot, man. I'm hot because I've been holding up this I literally, this is pent up aggression. I didn't like The Last Jedi. I walked into that movie excited, super excited. I couldn't wait. And when I left the movie, you know, it's a fucking 2-hour plus chase movie, one. And then it ends with the greatest Jedi of all time, my favorite hero of all time, dying because he did a fucking force projection from wherever he was sitting to that. And that, there's pros and cons to The Last Jedi. It's
not because he did that force projection. He died because he wanted to.
No, he didn't want to. Luke Skywalker wasn't ready to go.
No. His spectral plane needed him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Hamill wasn't ready to go. He said as much. Look, and this ain't about The Last Jedi. This is about this trailer here. I'm just saying that I am aggravated since The Last Jedi, and Solo didn't help matters any at all. And Solo did not help matters any at all. Thank God Disney Plus is coming out in about 2-3 weeks from now, and I'm going to start watching The Mandalorian to return to a time that was simpler, that was peaceful. And it wasn't no peace, but a time where I'm like, there's Star Wars. There's the familiarity. I can't even say that word, you know? But there's that peace and time. I love Rey. I love her. I love Finn. I fucking love Poe. I love Poe. I love that. I love the orange and black X-Wings, my favorite colors. I love BB-8. I love it. I love this new. I love Rose Tico, however you say it. I love her. She wasn't. I think she was utilized to a degree in some poor tastes in The Last Jedi. But as a character, I'm down for her. I did not like the toxic fandom coming after that girl for that character. Don't blame the actress. Blame the director. Blame the writer. You don't blame the actress, okay? Go after them. They're the ones that made the movie. She just acted a part. But I liked Rose. I think it's a cool character and worth having around. But this trailer, bro. This trailer was a bunch of beautiful fucking shots. Some callbacks to nostalgia. Outside of that, I still got my tickets. Okay? I still got my tickets. I'm going to see it opening night. I'm going to see it the next day. I'm going to see it the next day. I took off of work on the 20th. I'm going to see it that Saturday. It's Star Wars. I'm in. But, man, you know, there's a lot to talk about in this damn trailer. And I've been rambling on for almost 10 minutes now about it. And I apologize for getting heated. I apologize to those like me for getting heated. But if you are like me, then you understand that this shit's got to stop. And y'all people out there trying to tell us to calm down and behave, let me tell you something. Stop crying. Stop crying. Your president is your president. Stop crying. It's the end of days. Gam Gams.
What up?
we've talked Star Wars several times.
We have.
And, yeah. What were your thoughts?
So, my general thoughts on this trailer might be a little different than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was so deflated from the Last Jedi. So deflated, and it put this trilogy in such a bad spot that this trailer looked like it was just a bunch of empty eye candy.
Huh.
A lot of empty eye candy, a lot of pandering. And must I say, C-3PO, that little scene where he's just like, oh, I want to take one last look at my friends. What friends? Most of them are dead. You mean those new characters who you barely interacted with ever?
We don't know what happened in the in-between.
Still, though, from what we've seen on screen, C-3PO barely interacts with any of those people. So, it's just a lot of pandering, a lot of empty eye candy, a lot of bait to get the asses in the seats, and I guess that's what trailers are, bait to get the asses in the seats. So I guess it'll do its job with the normies. But as for me, I'm still holding my reserves. I've been holding my reserves ever since the first teaser came out about a year ago.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't a year ago.
The one with Rey in the desert? That wasn't a year ago?
No, that was April.
Still, it felt like a long time ago.
It was. Don't get it twisted. When we talk Godzilla vs. Kong, it is really long.
Right? But yeah, like, back with the first teaser, learning about J.J. Abrams coming back to salvage what was destroyed. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got a heck of a task ahead of him, and and I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to see how he does it. But these trailers ain't doing it.
Okay, so while I respect your opinion, and I made my opinion abundantly clear, I disagree. I don't think it's just eye candy. It is eye candy. Don't get me right, it is. But I don't think it's just to get asses in seats. This dude, do you see the pre-sales on this thing?
Oh yeah, pre-sales are out of this. I can't even get an opening day seat.
Oh, dude, I was too late. I got on at 5:03 p.m. Monday afternoon my time, and I thought I was getting tickets for one particular theater, wound up getting tickets for another particular theater. I don't mind because I actually like the second theater, the ones that I actually bought the tickets for. I like that theater. I saw Avengers Endgame in there, and it's better. It's better than it was when I first moved out here. And it was good then. They enhanced everything. They still don't have the recliner seats, which is a bummer. A little bit more space would be nice. But regardless on that, the screen is dope. It's big. The theater is actually a big theater. It's a nice big auditorium. Especially for a theater that has, I think, 13 to 15 theaters. You know what I mean? So I was fortunate enough to get tickets for that. But what made me nuts was 2 days later, on Wednesday evening, I went on AMC's website and found that the AMC theater by me had tickets to the IMAX that only like 5 fucking seats were sold. And I was like, wait, what? Boom, bought my seats that I normally, whenever I go to IMAX, to that theater, bought my tickets for those seats. They were all there. Granted, it was Friday, 10:30 in the morning show, but I'm not going to work that day, so it don't really matter. I wanted to get into the Dolby Cinema, but the Dolby Cinema those were gone. Everything was gone. There's like, the only row open was the very first row. I don't sit in the first row. I learned my lesson from RoboCop 2 and King Kong 2005. Never again will I sit in the first row. Thank God for reserved seats. But yeah, so I mean, like, it was crazy. I got my tickets. Outside of that, though, the ticket sales are unbelievable. People were going to see this movie anyway. Bringing back J.J. Abrams and J.J. Abrams saying he's going to combine all three trilogies. And you see that in this trailer. You see that because that part where you just quoted with 3PO saying he just wants to look at his friends one last time. When I saw that for the first time, when I saw that trailer for the first time, I had two theories. There's a Star Wars guy I work with. I love the dude. Really good dude, especially when it comes to Star Wars, knows his stuff. I was like, I got two theories. One theory is he is going to slave himself to the entire fleet that you see, the ships, all the ships. And because of what they did in Solo, when they put Lando's robot into the Millennium Falcon, that goes back to Empire Strikes Back when 3PO was like, the computer system has a strange dialect, but, you know, it got, like, all of that worked. All of that clicks. It makes sense. It would have checked all the boxes if that's the route they would have went. My second one, man, I forgot what my second one was now. That's upsetting. My second theory was they were going to try to hotwire him so he can tap into those lost memories, the mind wipe memories. Remember when they wipe him clean at the end of Revenge of the Sith? Like a computer's hard drive, it's still got to be there somewhere. You know what I mean? You can't physically
fragmented
take it out.
Files.
Right, you can't physically take something out and burn it unless you destroy your computer completely and burn it. Then there's nothing left. So I was thinking maybe that's what they do in order to figure out something about Vader or maybe Mustafar and find some kind of thing to link to another thing to blah, 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 blah. So I was telling that to my Star Wars friend at work, and he was like, dude, you didn't see the battle droid in the back? What? So then, of course, the second time I watched it, I'm like, oh, that's what 3PO's doing. He's going to slave himself to the fucking droid network, reactivate the droids, and they're going to have their droid army. It's going to be the reverse of what Palpatine, then Sidious, set into motion, come back to bite him in the ass. I love that idea. I think that's where they're going. I'm about 95% certain that's what they're doing, and I'm okay with that. So that scene, although kind of corny, and not corny, but kind of sad for a purist like me, seeing 3PO die. Remember, George Lucas's mandate was the droids don't go. This is the end of 3PO. It might be the end of R2. This is the end of the Skywalker saga, so you might as well get rid of everybody. I'd be surprised if Chewie bought it. Don't kill Lando. You kill Lando, I riot. I'm just saying. But yeah, man, they're putting this one to bed, and the trailer itself was a bunch of eye candy. It absolutely was. But I don't think it was to get asses in seats. The people were going to see it regardless.
It still didn't have much substance, in my opinion.
Oh, it had no substance. None. It was just a bunch of, like you said, it was just a bunch of
I'm not
cool
asking
shots.
for like a super spoilery Kong Skull Island last trailer kind of thing. I'm just asking for something. Okay,
I get it. They didn't want to show the plot, but I think some of those images in this trailer gives you some of the plot. I mean, why are they on either the forest moon of Endor or Endor itself? You know what I mean? Because remember, it's two different things.
Yes.
Why are they on either one of those planets? What is so important at that Death Star wreckage? Which I fucking love, by the way, because just for y'all to know, the second Death Star is my favorite Death Star. A Super Star Destroyer is my favorite version of the Star Destroyers. I love the OG Star Destroyers in that trailer. I'm glad that, and that goes back to the Legends books. And I was talking to one of my peoples that like Star Wars too. For the life of me, I don't remember the name, but I remember the Emperor in one of the books having this backup plan that involved a gigantic fleet of Star Destroyers. And to see something similar to that on screen just now, so when they're coming out of that ice, I was like, oh my God.
That giant iceberg planet world thing.
Planetoid, yep. I loved it. So that I am 1,000% okay with. Especially because I love old school Star Destroyers. I just love them. I love the aesthetic look to it. I love it. Hell, there was a lot of old school imagery in this trailer that you know, and again, and maybe because of my old
and it does leave a lot of questions, like, was the altered Darth Vader's mask purposely destroyed by both Rey and Kylo Ren, or was it just destroyed because of their altercation?
What
are they fighting,
about?
Or were they destroying it together?
What are you talking? The scene in like the room that looks like a Tantive
Yeah.
floor room. I think I while I was watching that trailer again after you said you were finished, and I was like still on mute, and I was pausing. I kept hitting the space bar to look at certain scenes. I don't think that's what that was. I think that was an Emperor bot, and I don't know if that's the legit name, but I think that was a robot that had the Emperor's visage and was doing the Emperor shit.
But like, clearly you saw Vader's mask fall to the ground.
No, I didn't. So now I got to go back. Now I got to go back and watch it for a fourth time, which I don't want to do. I figured I'll see that trailer when I go see Terminator Dark Fate next week. But, you know, thanks a lot. Now I have to look at this damn trailer again. Unfreaking believable. I'm just saying, you know, for me, there was a lot of nostalgic feels to the trailer, but also on the same hand, what I wanted.
You didn't get.
I didn't get it. Give me Luke. Give me Palpatine. Give me something to say, I'm in 100%. I'm already in 100%. But give me something to get fucking excited for. I was not excited with this trailer. I was already in. You already had me in. But give me something to get excited for. And again, give me a green lightsaber lighting up. I'm done. You didn't even have to give me Palpatine or Luke. Give me a green saber lighting up. It didn't even have to be Luke. But because of the illusion, I'd have been like, Luke! You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny how you made fun of the SJWs saying, oh, this is our president, you gotta deal with it, blah, 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 blah. End of the world. Because I am on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to this franchise. This trilogy, this Disney trilogy, has an agenda.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like that they're shoving this feminist garbage in my Star Wars.
Okay. I'm gonna respect that. I don't mind it at all. I'm gonna respect your opinion. I personally like Rey, but I have this argument with my best friend all the time. He doesn't like Rey, and it's not because he's against feminism or nothing like that. He's
of course not. No, it's just there's certain things that you got to keep that agenda out of.
Right. He's just like
Star Wars is one of them.
He's like, she's stiff. Now, this is coming from, like, a dude with martial arts background, a dude who, while hates the prequel trilogy, absolutely loves the fight scenes in there, and he's like, she's stiff. My counter to that is, she's untrained, and that's what I tell him all the time. That's why we always button heads. I'm like, don't blame the actress, blame the story. So in that regards, he's like, well, then I don't like the story.
And that's what I'm blaming the story for.
Right.
This character, Rey, is a Mary Sue.
Okay, we can argue that till the cows come home.
Yeah, I think she's a Mary Sue, and I think she's a little oversaturated in this trilogy. Yeah, she's the main character. She's supposed to be oversaturated, but it's to the point that it's just, I could see the director and the writer's agenda through her actions, through the writing and her characterization.
Okay, so all right. I will say that in The Force Awakens, there are extreme amounts of Mary Sue-isms. I don't particularly agree because, again, I love The Force Awakens. But what's funny is the last time we watched it, which was almost a year ago, if not a year ago, I started noticing things and it started to become aggravating, and I was like, no, I don't want to be aggravated while watching this movie, because every time I watch this movie, I have a lot of fun with it, and I love it. And all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why do I have these feelings? And it wasn't Rey being a Mary Sue, because, yes, in every situation, she got out of it somehow. I blame the Force. And that's just it. That's all, because it was set up. The Force is a thing. It's not the first movie of a new franchise. This is the 7th movie in a franchise that said there's this magical power that makes you able to do things. From Anakin being able, as a young little boy, to fly around the Boonta races. You know what I'm saying? The pod races and the Boonta Canyons or whatever the hell. He just does it. It's a natural instinct that's driven by the Force. I apply the same thing to Rey. It's just a natural instinct that's driven by the Force, and you can't tell me otherwise. So when they say marry Sue, I say get out of here with that stuff. Because in The Last Jedi, where was her Mary Sue-isms? I didn't see any. If anything, she was so vulnerable.
I'd love to argue that with you, but I have the overall memory of like the basic plot points of The Last Jedi, but I don't know. I don't remember any details because I literally have not watched that movie since theaters.
Wow. Okay.
I was that upset with it.
I ain't mad at you because I was too, and I had to see it 3 more times in the theaters. But I digress again. I mean, but yes. So I get where people argue the Mary Sue thing. I attribute that to the Force, and in a movie that is the 7th in the series where the Force is established and we've seen, people do extraordinary things, she's just one of them now. Now, the question is she a Skywalker?
I mean, obviously everything has been leading up to the big reveal that she's like Luke's secret niece or maybe even daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything has been pointing to that, and it's almost going to be disappointing if that's not the big reveal.
I wouldn't be disappointed at all. I'm still of the way things have been going as of late, maybe yes, but I like the idea of Rey just being Rey. Just being this random character that is just as strong in the Force than, Luke Skywalker was. Or not even as Luke Skywalker. Hell, put her on a Qui-Gon Jinn level. Because I don't think Kylo Ren is as strong as Anakin was. Nowhere near it. If Luke really needed to fight Kylo Ren, I think Luke would have wiped his ass. Boop, 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 boop. Killed him quick.
And we don't even know, because the Force Awakens, not the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi already kind of set up the seeds of Kylo Ren questioning the dark side.
Oh, there's no question in this one. He's all dark side.
So, but is he though? Will he actually turn on the Emperor once the Emperor shows that he's a fucking scumbag, as he always is? I don't know.
Oh man, the speculation here is insane. I'm not gonna. Well, this is the final trailer, so that's a good thing. So I don't have to see anything else.
And that's all we have is speculation.
Right. Well, that's one of the best parts about doing these podcasts is the speculation. I don't know. I liked the trailer for what it was. I hated the trailer because it didn't give me what I wanted. And yes, I'm sounding like a spoiled brat, but like I said at the top of this thing, I don't care. You people out there that complain about people like me, original OG fans, you know what I'm saying, that seen these movies in the theaters when they first came out, you can't tell me nothing. You ain't got a leg to stand on.
And I have nothing but respect for OG fans because I wasn't even alive with the original trilogy. I wasn't even a thought in my daddy's eye when the original trilogy came out. I have nothing but respect for OG fans. But at the same time, I also grew up with the trilogy on VHS, DVD. Now I have the Blu-rays. I've still grown up with this franchise, and I still have my own thoughts and opinions on them. And this Disney trilogy is, I hope they stick the landing that they're trying to do, hopping back up from the faceplant that was The Last Jedi.
The faceplant that was The Last Jedi and Solo. That was a mess in all of its entirety.
See, I still haven't seen Solo because I kind of just almost refuse to watch it.
I wouldn't blame you. You want me to spoil it for you right now? I'm going to spoil it for you right now. They give Han Solo his name because he says, I'm a clan of one. And then the Imperial Guard goes, Solo. God.
Oh, God.
I can't. I'm having flashbacks. I'm having PSTD or whatever. PT. You know what I'm talking about. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go crazy. Somebody give me a blunt. But, seriously. Yeah, and again, it's like you said, you had the VHSs, you had the DVDs, you've seen the OG tour. I'm talking about the people who came out and started watching Star Wars from the Force Awakens. From the Force Awakens.
Oh, you talk about them Zoomers.
I'm talking about that. Like
Zs.
you can't seriously tell me no. You can't tell me nothing. It's like somebody who saw Shin Godzilla and said this is the greatest Godzilla of all time, and that was the only Godzilla movie they saw. Dude, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
However, I could tell you plenty.
I already brought, but I shot that down a long time ago, and we're going to do podcasts about that till the cows come home. Until Luke Skywalker walks out of the blue aura and is corporeal again. And that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That is a spoiler. Not that I read anything, but when I was going to see, I think it was Solo, actually, they had, like, Star Wars trivia up on the board, like, at the concession stands. And one of them was like, do you know in George Lucas's original script for Return of the Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi came back to life from a Force Ghost? Oh, what? J.J. Abrams pays attention to history. J.J. Abrams is bringing back Luke Skywalker because the fans, myself included, were fucking pissed off when
Everybody
Rian
was
Johnson
pissed when he died.
No good. No. Mark Hamill himself. And I think this is one of the reasons why J.J. Abrams is doing it. Because here, check this out. Remember, check this out. I'm going to go back to Force Awakens. What was Harrison Ford's biggest thing about Star Wars? What he wanted to die in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, he was sick and tired of doing these movies.
Right.
Mark Hamill's not sick and tired of doing these movies.
Exactly. Now, Harrison Ford is... no disrespect to Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill has gone on record to say that the director of Force Awakens, I forget their name right now, but the director of Force Awakens, he did not like them.
The director of Force Awakens?
Not for the Last Jedi. The director of Last Jedi, he did not like them.
Yeah, Rian Johnson.
Right, he did not like Rian Johnson.
No, because Rian Johnson changed the character completely. He's like, Luke doesn't do that. Luke wouldn't do that. And I agree, and that's the thing. And then when I hear people saying, well, times change. They absolutely do. But again, and I hate to use this analogy, but when we're looking at real life stuff right now going on in the world of the United States of America, there is turmoil all over the place, right? So here's the deal. You got a bunch of people who was okay 5-6 years ago. They were okay. And did not think the impossible was going to happen. The impossible happened. And now they're not okay, but they're still the same. They still do the same thing. They still bitch. They still do the same thing. They still the same person. Nothing changed within them. That's what all Mark Hamill was saying. Mark Hamill was saying Luke would not change like that. He wouldn't change in the face of that situation. The dude took down the Empire. So his nephew turns bad. He's going to fucking become a hermit? Get the fuck out of here. I don't buy that one bit. And neither did Mark Hamill. But the people who didn't change, right, who are upset with this current regime in real life, they're like, well, get over it because you know what? People change. You didn't change, you stinking ass motherfucker. That's my beef. We're going to lose all our subscribers, all our likes. We're going to lose all of it. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm be honest. I'm just speaking the truth.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree.
On a fantasy movie. You believe this? This is where it comes to. Nothing is sacred. Nothing. Why do we have to have infighting with something we all love? That's all I'm asking. But anyhow, this is the part of the podcast that if this was like legit, I'd be like, now we go into the callers. And I'm like,
I don't mind if a piece of fiction like Star Wars has like subtext to like today's world and politics and agendas and like that. But to have it so ham-fisted, shoved in our face.
See, but yeah, and I get that, but I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm enamored with the world where I just buy into it, as opposed to being like, really, we're getting it. For instance, the Marvel movies. We'll use that because this is a Disney thing. It's Disney. The Marvel movies. I absolutely love Infinity War. Yeah. I like Endgame. Okay? Two distinct things. Love Infinity War, like Endgame. There's that part in Endgame when you talk about force feeding.
with all the female characters.
Because Infinity War did it, and they did it better. Because it wasn't force-fed.
Well, my thing is like comparing things like The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi to like Captain Marvel.
Well, that's different. Nah. That's different. And Captain Marvel was... I'm not blaming filmmakers. I'm not blaming the cast at all, actually, because I like Brie Larson. I'm not blaming her. I didn't like the story. It contradicts a lot of shit that was set up in the Marvel universe. That's what I get mad at.
Putting the blame on the writers.
Yeah,
in these types of situations. It's never the cast and crew's fault. It's the writer's fault.
Yeah. And it's not even about the gung-ho feminism thing. No, believe it. It's the science fiction. It's the continuity of it all that pisses me off. And that's why I don't hate any of these Star Wars movies. Because the continuity, with the exception of Luke Skywalker acting the way he does in The Last Jedi, nobody would do that, Rian Johnson. Why? Listen, I believe in J.J. Abrams. Like I said, Harrison Ford didn't want to play Han Solo. Hey, Harrison, could you come back and play Han Solo? I promise I'll kill you. Kills him. Mark Hamill was like, Luke Skywalker wouldn't do that, and is very vocal about the demise of Luke Skywalker and how that arc went down. J.J. Abrams is back, and he's like, hey, I really wasn't going to do that to you. I didn't know they were going to do that. I had no idea this was going to go down like that. But I'll tell you what, George Lucas said Obi-Wan Kenobi came back in episode 6, so why don't we just bring you back in episode 9? Like, legit. Because if there's one saving grace with The Last Jedi, it's that Rian Johnson opened up the Force. And I fucking love that movie for that. That's the only reason why I like that movie. And the opening sequence. I actually enjoy the opening sequence. I can't lie. I like starships blowing up. I like snub fighters going against a bigger star destroyer, starship, and being able to handle the business. I dig all that. But what I really, really, really loved and appreciated about The Last Jedi was the fact that Rian Johnson said, no, the Force isn't just I can manipulate your mind, pull something from you, or force push you. No. Or, jump high or run fast, be reflexive. None of that. No, it's bigger than that. I can project my image on an astral plane. I can do so much things with the Force.
I can fly through space!
I wouldn't go that far, and I understand that, and I'm thinking about it now. Mary Poppins, y'all. I liked it. I can't lie. It was the Force. She did what she did. The Force. And I'll tell you this. You know what? Because
I know that.
No, it works. It works.
They tried every opportunity to give Leia the Force, but she never did it before then.
No. So this is why I like that scene. It was a latent Force ability. She was. Is it repressing? What's the word? Yeah, repressing? I think so. She was holding back the Force so much that when her life was in imminent danger, the Force took over and said, nah, but you go in there. Boop. And brought her to where that wasn't Leia. That was the Force. That was the Force. Because the Force, she's special. Like Luke. They are the sires of the chosen one. Even though I still think Luke was the chosen one, the legit chosen one. No. Vader was. He did bring balance.
He did.
He brought balance. Straight balance.
Did he, though, since they're bringing back the Emperor? Did he, though?
Well, he brought balance back then. Well, then that's just more reason to bring Luke back. All I'm saying is, as a trailer, if I gotta rate this thing, right? As a trailer, just watching it as a trailer, I like the visuals. I don't need a story. They give you some of the plot. You hear the Emperor talking. You hear him. He's telling you. He's giving you the exposition in that trailer. But then you get to see different things. You get to see familiar faces, with the exception of the ones you should see. But you get to see Lando. You get to see Leia, Chewie. You see 3PO has a moment. 3PO has more of a moment than anybody else in that whole damn trailer.
That he does.
So, and he has that moment in a droid facility. Think about that for a second. In a droid facility. So, we're going back to the prequels, people. We're there. So, what J.J. Abrams said was he's going to tie all of this up into one nice bow and send it packing. And if that's what it's going to be, then that's what it's going to be. But I guarantee you this, man. If J.J. Abrams don't bring back Luke Skywalker, I'm going to be pissed the fuck off. And there's no way the Emperor could be a recording. And I'm afraid that that's what's happening. And the reason why I say that is because Star Wars Battlefront 2 is canon. And in that game, the story mode, right after Endor and the Death Star 2 blowing up and the demise of the Emperor, that Emperor robot thing comes to life, and it's the Emperor, and he's like, now execute Order 67. You know what I mean? Or whatever he calls the damn thing. I don't want that to be what I get. I don't want that hooded figure that's floating on the throne.
Yeah.
To be a freaking robot in a hood. I would be upset. If you had Ian McDermott come out and say, roll it again, and you hear the Emperor's laugh, then it goddamn well, it better be the Emperor. It better be. It better be. And you cast Doctor Who. What's his name? Matt Smith. Who looks just like Ian McDermott without the makeup. So stop it. Stop it. You already got your Emperor right there. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You see how passionate? Look, I get passionate.
Of course I do.
I get passionate on some Godzilla podcasts and stuff, but man, you mess with Star Wars, brother, I'm coming at you. I will build a lightsaber. I will find a kyber crystal. Where I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you. Lightsabers blazing. But anyhow, bro, you got any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. If I had to give a number to this trailer, considering our opposing thoughts, but our discussion after I gave my initial thoughts, I'd probably give it about a 6.
Too low. No, I can't. I'm not mad at you at all. The trailer itself. The trailer itself to me is an 8, but the exclusion of what I wanted, I want to bring it down to a 5 just to make it flat even. I think this movie is gonna deliver. I
sure hope so, man.
I honestly believe.
I sure hope so.
Listen, man. I believe in J.J. Abrams. I do. So
it's not that I don't believe in J.J. Abrams. It's that I don't believe in Disney.
Okay, but Disney's one thing. J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan is scripting this thing. They're writing this thing. It's not Kathleen Kennedy saying, "I'm gonna write the script." Granted,
thank God she doesn't have much say in this because, oh boy, I don't like that woman right now.
I don't hate her, okay, but I've become more.
Because you've heard about like the that autobiography from that former Disney executive that he wrote that pretty much put Kathleen Kennedy on blast, and the fact that George Lucas was supposed to have more say in this trilogy, but they pretty much shut him out because of their agenda.
Yeah, I do. I know that. They were like, George, we gave you $64 million. $4 billion. Shut up. Was it $4 billion?
I think it was maybe a little bit more than $4 billion, but it was just around that number.
Yeah. So like, George, we gave you billions of dollars. Shut up. You're done. Which is unfortunate. You know?
It is unfortunate.
Here's the thing.
Because you know what? Looking back at the prequels. Yeah, they have a lot of misguided aspects to them. But literally, I can go to some of my other millennial Star Wars fans, and I will look them in the eye, and I will ask them to tell me if Revenge of the Sith is a bad movie. And if they tell me yes, I'm looking at a liar.
They're lying. I love that movie. You have no idea how much I love that movie.
I'm looking at a liar if they say that's a bad movie.
That movie's fantastic. The problem with the prequels was George Lucas himself, George Lucas the director. The story, and that's why I love George Lucas. George Lucas, the storyteller, is a completely different beast.
Yes.
Completely different beast. So if he would have been like, this is what I have envisioned, and somebody would have said, all right, a great director, okay, I see what you're saying, and then let's make it happen. Because, I mean, I've seen things where George Lucas was upset with a lot of decisions Irvin Kershner made in Empire Strikes Back. Yet Empire Strikes Back is regarded as the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. That may be true. My personal favorite is Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean? That is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. But I absolutely love Empire Strikes Back. That is the most important one to me. They give you so much. Like, there's so much in Empire Strikes Back, the teaching and all that stuff. But Return of the Jedi, that was it. You didn't have to make more Star Wars movies. You were done. The books were sufficient. I loved the books. I loved the Legacy books. The Legacy books were dope. But we kept it going. We kept it moving. So, yeah, if, George Lucas, the storyteller, hey, this is what I got envisioned. Even though it was out there, because it was out there, in the right hands, I think it would have worked. But, Disney owns you now. Listen, I give you $4 billion. Don't talk to me about nothing, bro. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. And now that franchise is $4 billion plus, $5 billion plus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's made its money back in theaters, sales at home, toys. I don't know if Lucas still gets cuts for the toys, which he should, because he started that fucking thing. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And I don't listen. And again, I get the whole agenda thing. I do. I get what you're saying. I see it. But I'm also of the belief, well, it's the Force. It's Star Wars. I don't care if it's a female lead. I don't care if it's a fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
And it's not even like I'm saying, ooh, female lead bad. Only give me male lead. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Rey should have been written better. She should have been written better. She should have been written smarter. She should have...
Okay.
The intrigue of her past was fine in the first movie, but we should have already known by the second movie what the hell's going on with her.
Oh, I agree. But I that's one of the things I didn't like with the Last Jedi was the fact that they were trying to ask more questions. The questions were already asked in the first movie. We don't need to ask any more questions. In Star Wars, A New Hope, there was no questions asked. Here's the bad guys. Here's the good guys. Blow up the bad guys' base. We move on. There's another one. Of course there is. Remember when Darth Vader didn't blow up? He never died. He just flew away.
Yeah.
The bad guy's still out there. We get another one. This is where the questions are asked. What the hell is going on? I am your father. What? Pfft, mind blown. So then Return of the Jedi is the perfect way to just clean everything right up. And it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. There's a bigger bad behind the scenes introduced in Empire Strikes Back, being the Emperor. And then we get the Emperor in Episode 3. This all works. This all works. This all works. With Rey, the questions were posed. I don't want to say completely asked, but the questions were ready. But then in The Last Jedi, it's like we're asking more questions. Why? Or we were trying to answer questions. Actually, that's what it was. They were trying to answer questions. Kylo Ren's whole mandate was, let the past die. I don't care. I killed my father. Fuck you all. That's not right. Come on.
And like, that's a spit in the face. Let the past die. That's like saying screw every movie that came before it.
And that's exactly what that was. That's exactly what that was. But on the flip side of that, the beginning of The Force Awakens, the same thing was kind of said. It was like, this is like a new beginning or something like that. It was like, basically, don't worry about the prequels. We're here now. You know what I mean? That's at the very beginning of that movie. I might watch that tonight with the wife. That's her favorite Star Wars movie. I don't know why. I'll keep telling her it's Return of the Jedi. She disagrees with me. I keep telling her, Return of the Jedi.
I think I know why it's your wife's favorite movie, but...
She hates Last Jedi. She hates it. She absolutely hates it. She hates it more than I hate it.
Even with their agenda, the Last Jedi fell flat with, like, frickin' everybody except for critics who got bought off.
I'm going to tell you this, and before we wrap this up, because I said, hey, any last words about 10 minutes ago. But here we go. Hey, we're getting into the final stretch. I'll tell you this. I do not think at all, nor believe, that Kathleen Kennedy is going to have some kind of agenda or mandate for this movie. I think they're going to let J.J. Abrams do whatever he does, whatever he wants, to tell the story. Because here's the deal. J.J. Abrams is a really good storyteller himself. He really is.
I mean, he's the man, the mind, the myth, the legend behind Cloverfield.
Thank you. You said Cloverfield. I was thinking Lost, but you're absolutely right. Cloverfield, even though that was directed by Matt Reeves. J.J. Abrams has a vision, and I am not going to say that J.J. Abrams doesn't listen or pay attention to history. He does. Again, the Han Solo thing. Hey, Harrison, I'll bring you back. We'll kill you. You don't have to do any more. We'll take care of you in this one. We'll give you an honorable death. It wasn't. That was the worst part of the whole freaking Force Awakens. That death scene. Anyhow, I'm getting off topic. I believe they're giving J.J. Abrams more control, more reign, more freedom to do what he wants to do. This is the longest Star Wars movie ever made by, I think, 5 to 8 minutes, which isn't a lot because the fucking credits are like 5 minutes long. So that's maybe 3 extra minutes of storytelling, whatever. I think J.J. Abrams is going to make sure that this movie gives the old school Star Wars fans exactly what they want, and all you new school Star Wars fans exactly what you want. And that is Luke Skywalker and the Emperor, and a finale to all of that. I mean, shit, we haven't even talked about Carrie Fisher. You know, she's stock footage in this movie. That's a goddamn shame. But that's what she is. She's stock footage.
And whatever footage they actually did film for her for this movie before she died.
No, they didn't film anything.
They didn't film anything?
Anything. The footage they have of Carrie Fisher is coming from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi's cutting room floor. And he's putting it in the movie. And hey, if it works, it works. I'm not mad at it at all. But there's going to be some kind of finale here. So, I believe in J.J. Abrams. I think Kathleen Kennedy's taking a step back. I think the head of Disney, Bob Iger, said, hey, there's a lot of negative response to the last 2 movies. Maybe let's push this back a bit. Slow down. Ease your foot off the pedal. Because at the end of the day, this is still the Skywalker story. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be mad. But I am mad we didn't get Luke in the damn trailer anyway. That's my final thoughts. Gams, anything?
I've said my piece. We can argue about the politics of this whole trilogy later.
We'll do it later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us for about an hour. I thought we were going to be like 20 minutes with this, but I went on a tirade. I'm sorry. But anyhow, that's how passionate I am with Star Wars. Gams, thank you for hanging out with me, brother.
Oh, definitely. May the Force be with you, brother.
Oh, God. May the Force be with all of us. We're out of here. Peace.